Hi guys, I just wanted to show you quickly how you can create a Google form and turn it into a self-graded assessment. When you click in your Drive, New, More, Google Forms, that's going to create a Google Forms template. I've already started one, so I can just show you how I'm going to turn this into a quiz. So I've already added my questions here, my word banks, right? I've made these required questions. I've even also added my my answer keys. Well, I'm sorry, I haven't added my answer keys yet. That's one thing I need to show you. So when I do want to make this a quiz, so in the settings icon, here I want to make sure I'm collecting email addresses because that's the only way that it's going to link it to the child's account in your Google Classroom. Okay, so I want to collect emails. I want to restrict this to only my Somerset students, and I want to limit them to only be able to respond to this form once. I don't want them to be able to go back and change their answers on a quiz. I don't want them to edit, so I'm not going to check that, and I don't want them to see any summary charts. Presentations, I do like to shuffle the question order so that it just, not every child is looking at the same question at the same time. And then in the quizzes section, I want to make this a quiz, right? Now, under the quiz options, you have here where it says release grades. Now, once a child hits submit, if you want them to immediately see what grade they got, you can select that. I do not want them to automatically see their grade. I like to make sure that everybody has taken the quiz first before I manually release the grades. And that is a simple thing that can be done in Google Classroom. And I can make another video once I get started here in the year of how to do that once I have my students in my classrooms. But when I manually release the quiz back to them, you have to choose what it is that you want the students to see. So for me, I do want to see what they missed, but because sometimes I do test remediation, I don't want to just say, well, you missed this, this was the correct answer, because a lot of times I like for the student themselves, and I do a class activity where they have to write a written explanation and provide evidence for changing a test answer that they got wrong. So I don't want them to see what the correct answers are. I just want them to see what they missed. And so now that I have my settings how I want them, I'm just going to save. And by making this a quiz, I now have the ability to create an answer key. With the answer key, I can say, all right, I want this to be worth 10 points, right? Because I'm going to make this a 10-question quiz. And then here, I am going to write in the correct response, okay? So I am going to type in what the students would have to type in order to get this correct. I want to mark all other answers incorrect. So if they put anything else besides grievances, which is what my word bank has, I want it to mark it incorrect, and they will lose those 10 points. You have to make sure that you click done. Now, this is a short answer quiz, but it's the same thing if you were creating a multiple choice quiz. You still have the answer key option, and you would just check the correct choice, okay? And so once that is set up, then remember, everything saves automatically. So anytime you change a setting or add an answer key, that automatically saves to your Drive. And then when you're ready to upload it to your Google Classroom, you will just be able to go to your Google Classroom, go into whatever class you are going to add it to, go to classwork, I want to create, and you can do it assignment or quiz assignment. It really doesn't matter. But when you have, this one will take you to a blank form. If you do quiz assignment, if you already have the quiz created, you could just do it as an assignment, and then you can just add it from your Google Drive. Okay, so then here I'll be able to say, okay, well, this is the Unit 2 vocabulary quiz that I want my students to take. I put the little instructions for them. This is going to be, I'm going to put this in my Unit 2. I organize my Google Classroom, so I put it in Unit 2. And then I can here select which class. I do not select all classes because I only assign this when I am visually looking at the students because it is an assessment. And if a student is absent that day, I may not want to assign it to all those students. So maybe if I have Emma was absent today, I don't want to assign it to her because then she'll see the quiz and I won't be able to monitor her taking it. Okay, so those are all settings for how to create a Google form and how to add it to your Google Classroom as a quiz. All right, guys.